Welcome back to the show. Tony-nominated performer Ethan Slater has been busy. That's an understatement. The star can be seen on the big screen in Wicked for Good, and he's just begun performances of Marcel on the Train, a new play he's starring in and co-wrote with Marshall Pailet about the world's most famous mime, Marcel Marceau. Ethan and Marshall are with me today. How did this idea come to be?
Yeah, well, first of all, thank you. We're really happy to be talking with you about it.
Also, good to see you again,
It's so good
Ethan.
to see you, too.
Great to meet you.
Hey, it's a pleasure.
All right, I can take it.
Go for it, baby.
Basically, I've been obsessed with silent film and silent film comedians for a long time. It really influenced how I did SpongeBob, for example. It's been sort of a backbone of my theatrical vocabulary.
Yeah.
And I was doing all this research on Charlie Chaplin and this thing about Charlie Chaplin being Jewish, which he wasn't. So I Googled Charlie Chaplin Jewish, and it led me to this story of Marcel Marceau, who was Jewish and loved Charlie Chaplin. But more specifically, it led me to the story of, in 1943, before he was this world-famous mime, he joined up in the French Resistance and smuggled Jewish orphans from this orphanage in southern France to the Swiss border to help them flee the Nazis and smuggle them to safety. And I was like, look, I grew up going to Jewish school. I feel like I know who all of the famous Jews are.
Yeah.
And I didn't know this story. I didn't know that he was Jewish. It kind of blew my mind.
Yeah.
And so I started reading more and more about it. And then I called Marshall and I said, hey, there's this like great little anecdote. Sorry, Marshall, how's your wife? How's the baby? Yeah, he's 16 hours old. That's fantastic. Can we get back to the play? I'm kidding. That's not really how it happened.
I need your help, Marshall. I need your help.
I need your help. But yeah, no, it just like felt like this story was really ripe for the stage. I don't know.
Yeah, that's right. He did call me on the day of the delivery of our son.
Congratulations.
Oh, hey, thanks. But I think that the idea, well, look, the story I think is compelling on its face. This world-famous mime who, before he was one, rescued all these Jewish children. We had the idea to have the play take place on one train ride, happening almost in real time. And what was even more exciting to us was how could we use the tools of Marcel Marceau to tell this story of Marcel Marceau. It would be a play with talking, but there would also be moments of silence and stillness and theatricality, and not just using his physical tools, but the emotional ones as well. He was a performer filled with so much joy and delight. How could we give that to our audience in the context of this harrowing journey?
People go to school to be mimes. You know, that is an art form. So how did you dive into that?
Well, look, I think I came to it from clowning. I've done a lot of clowning and studying and watching him and sort of trying to do that work on my own. But we also consulted with, you know, movement directors, somebody that I've worked with a lot, Lorenzo Pisoni. And then we talked to disciples of Marcel's, people who studied with him personally and tried to glean these little bits of precision.
Marceau was so theatrical. You know, the people that we know who saw him perform always would say, like, I can't believe that I saw this man transform in front of my eyes. He was so close to me. At Classic Stage, you will be so close to Ethan and these other amazing performers who are doing these feats of physicality. I just can't wait for the audience to see them transform in front of their eyes.
You are now part of this incredible Wicked family and this incredible legacy.
Look, it's meant the world to me in so many ways. It's been
Changed
really,
your life?
It has changed my life. And look, I went to see Wicked in 2003 when it was 2003 when it opened with a school trip. I was in 6th grade. And what I remember is we drove 4.5 hours up to New York. We watched the matinee.
Did you have
bought
Adina
the album.
and Kristen?
Adina and Kristen were in it. We bought the album. On the bus ride back, we played it over and over and over again until the bus driver was slamming their head into the steering wheel. But it was like one of the first experiences of the magic of Broadway to me. And then to be a part of the Wicked community in a broad sense has meant so much. And the way that the Wicked community on Broadway, on tour, everyone who loves it has embraced the movies has been like unbelievably special.
It is time for a final break, but coming up next, the stars from the world premiere, The Monsters. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching our YouTube channel. For more premiere theater coverage and exclusive interviews, click the subscribe button. You can also download the Spectrum News app or watch us on TV for the latest information, balanced coverage, weather updates every 10 minutes, and more. We'll see you there.